Coworker gets me fired. I waited many years for revenge. If revenge is best served cold, then my revenge was many years in the freezer, and this week was finally pulled out and had whipped cream and a cherry put on top before finally served. So I worked for a company for almost a decade that had a small team consisting of 10 people doing commissioned work for businesses in my city. The owner treated us like family, knowing that we worked long and hard days, sometimes up to 60 hours a week. He paid us better than expected, bonuses and perks he negotiated with businesses that commissioned our work, and even gave the whole company a week paid off when his son was getting married so we could attend. We had our squabbles like any other family, and things weren't always bright and perfect. But this is to show how nice the owner treated his employees and didn't screw me over. After working there for years, the manager position became open. Since by then I was one of the most senior workers with the company, so I thought I would apply, and a few others did so as well. I didn't get the position, mainly because despite my experience at company, I didn't have a business administration degree. Someone who worked for the owner did, so he got it. Realizing the education I would have to get, the demand of this job, I thought long and hard and concluded that if I wanted to go anywhere in life, I would have to get that degree. Coming right out of high school to work for company was great, but if I wanted to do something more, I would have to go to university. I talked to the owner and gave my 2 weeks notice. When I explained what I wanted to do and why, he understood that I was trying to make something of myself. This all becomes relevant later, I promise. Going to university, I found I had tuition covered through government grants, but not things like food, rent, etc. So I looked around and eventually found work at Company B. Company B was a retail store with a bigger staff than I had been used to, somewhere around 50 employees, but had such a huge employee turnaround that it was scary at times. They dealt with a wider range of goods from groceries to very expensive items. They had a certain niche clientele that they could order items for and catered to. I ended up working part-time in their warehouse and answered to the warehouse supervisor who answered to the manager. There were other supervisors for other parts of the story, but for this only, the sales supervisor is relevant. Skip forward 7 years. In that time, I got my BA degree and worked at Company B the whole time, going from part-time to full, and eventually applied for the warehouse supervisor position. I was interviewed, I got the job, and I've been supervisor for months when the manager and I hired Kay as a warehouse clerk. Kay isn't the one to get revenge, but she played a crucial part in the revenge. Then Butthead gets hired. Butthead started out as a cashier, working quickly up the chain and brown-nosing as many co-workers as possible, including the manager. When a sales rep went on maternity leave, Butthead quickly jumped at the chance to work in sales and ended up permanently being a part of the team, then the sales supervisor soon after. Me and Butthead got along like oil and water. I was not expecting butted heads to be in this script. We butted heads over things constantly. She would tell the manager all the small things that I did, but called me a snitch when I reported the issue she was causing. She would badmouth me and my warehouse staff, talk over me at meetings to try and take credit for my ideas. She openly told co-workers that I was the cause of many issues and couldn't wait for me to leave. Oh, and she was never at fault. It would be the customer's fault, my fault, the delivery driver's fault, another co-worker's fault, etc. There were times when we got along well, but few and far between. I get fired. So one day, a very, and I mean very expensive ring set, over $5,000 I found out later, ordered by one of our customers, comes in. Years ago, I set up a procedure for any type of jewelry so it would not get lost or stolen. The last step is, once we've done everything with it in the warehouse, we take it to the office and have someone put it in the safe immediately. This particular time, I was the one who received the rings. So once going through the procedure, told Kay that I was taking it to the office. The only one available who had the combination to the safe was Butthead. I asked her if she could open the safe. She looked at me, looked at the jewelry box in my hand, and then said, "Put it down here on my desk. I'll put it away once I'm done this email." The next day, I get a call from the manager to come to the office. I head there to find manager, Butthead, and the HR consultant they pull in when some real stuff starts to hit the fan. Manager tells me the ring set has disappeared. I tell him the procedure I followed, and last I saw them was with Butthead. Manager tells me Butthead checked the box and the box was empty. Manager then pulls the box out. Sure enough, the box that the rings were in was completely empty. I swear to manager that the rings were inside when I checked them before even given to Butthead. At this point, my word against hers by stroke of bad luck, the in-store video recorder had broken down days before the incident, so there was no way to verify what happened.